everybody, I'm back. Waiting still a little bit for my birds to dry, so I thought I would show you what my box looks like when I open it. So this box opens like this, and then you see the inside like that. I know it's a little bit hard to videotape because I only have a certain height. So inside, every day, the goal is for you to write something that you're grateful for. Now, in order to do that, you have to make some little slips of papers. So, and a little container for them, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Just gonna move this out of the way. So I don't know if you remember, but back a couple weeks we did splatter painting, and that's when you splat paint on and fold it and make cool patterns. So I'm gonna use part of this piece of paper, and that's going to be about the size of the top of the box. And I'm going to make a little envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece off. Sorry, I know I'm sometimes out of the video. And it looks kind of cool because it's got the spatter painting. And I'm going to check the size onto there. Looking pretty good. And so I'm actually going to use this side. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. And I'm going to tape it on or glue it on like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little curve in there so that when we put our slips of paper in, they have a little bit of room to stick out. So I'm now going to glue this. This is actually the top of the box. I am going to take my glue stick, or you could use Scotch tape if that's what you have. And I'm going to put glue, I'm going to move this, on these three edges. And just on the edge, because remember I'm making a little pocket. And use quite a lot. This red table topper is never going to be the same. Tablecloth. So now I've put glue on all three sides. I left the top open because that's where we're going to slip our cards in, or things to write on. So I'm going to put this onto there and push that glue down really well. And then you can see that there is some room in there. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. Okay. And then I'm going to take my colored paper again, and I'm going to cut this piece off. And I'm going to fold or cut on the fold line in the middle, because I'm going to use these papers as my little slips of paper. So I like it because it's pretty and it's got a design on it. So it doesn't really matter how big, it's up to you. I'm going to cut it both papers in half again. And then if I put all the strips together, I can cut little strips of paper where I can write my messages on. It might be messages of gratitude, things I'm thankful for, messages of joy, messages of love, or even something that happened to me. I lost a tooth. Right? And you can see how pretty these all are. So we're going to take these little cards. Oops. Open up your box, and we're going to store them inside there, so that when you close your box, they are there for you. So today or tomorrow you're going to pick one, take it out, and something I'm grateful for. You can write on the blank side or the pattern side. I'm grateful for family. I write that on. You can fold it, and you don't have to, and then you put it inside your box. And the goal is to sit down with your family, or even just by yourself at the end of the week, and count and read all the things that you're grateful for. So that's the inside of the box. You could also paint it. I didn't have time to do that, but certainly something you can do. So a cool little pocket with all your gratefulness slips of paper. So now, no, one thing that was missing. When this closed, I painted it, but this wasn't painted. It's kind of cool. Those are the lights I bought. They're for outside. You could paint this, but what I did is I traced it, and I'm going to cut a piece of paper to cover it up. So I traced it. And I'm going to glue it on here to cover it. Here you can draw a picture, you can write a message. Don't worry. Be happy. And then you might draw a little picture. I'll draw a picture of my dog Wesley. No, he's not blue. But he was a special guy that I like to draw. Happy face. Woof. So there's my Wessie. Don't worry, be happy. And I'm going to put more glue on here. I didn't paint it because it would dry. It'd take a while to dry. There you go. So that is the part that will be covered up. Now we have to finish off the front right here, which is our birds. Now one thing that you can do is I wrote my name Lori there, and I can erase it. I just wanted to see if the lighter pencil crayons worked. So we've got a whole bunch of birdies here. I'm going to use an orange pencil crayon, and I'm going to draw their legs. Now, it's a little hard to see in video. Maybe I'll make them a bit thicker. But they do work. And you don't have to use orange. You could use white. You could use white paint. I find skinny lines of paint are harder to create. I'm going to turn it this way because my hand needs something to rest on. So our birds are taking shape. Whoopsie. So I'm peeling a bit of the paint off by accident. That's okay. There, so now you can see the bird's legs. From there, I'm actually going to use an orange Sharpie. Now, orange Sharpie, I practiced on my other piece of paper, did show up on the paint. You could cut out orange pieces of construction paper. You could paint their beaks, and that's what the orange Sharpie is for. So I am going to just paint some beaks onto these. I'm just trying to make sure you can see them in my video. And beaks are usually just triangles. And they can kind of go anywhere you want. Sometimes the paint can rub off onto your Sharpie, so I have a piece of paper here for me to use. See, just to take off some of the... Sorry, I know you can't see some of the paint that stops the Sharpie from working. Again, just making my Sharpie block up a bit. And the last one, what will I do? Maybe up there. I haven't gone up that way yet. Oops, there we go. So there's our beaks on our birds. They're starting to take shape. Next, I'm going to use a black, I don't have a black Sharpie, I'm not sure what happened to it, but I'm going to use black to make two eyeballs. And those eyeballs can go in any direction you want. They can be bigger or smaller. So we've got some eyeballs. Then I'm going to take this is a barbecue skewer. You could use a toothpick or even the end of a pencil. And I'm just going to put a little bit of white paint onto the end, and then I'm going to put a little white spot on their eyes just to give them a bit of dimension. Some of the dots are bigger than others. Kind of shows you where the bird is looking. Here we go. This guy's missing one. What do you think? Some of them need a little more paint. They're getting absorbed by the marker. Pretty cute, huh? I like it. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some grass for them to have their feet sitting in. And I'm going to do that by taking a strip of paper. It's about the length of the box, a little bit shorter. And I'm just going to color it. I'm going to use 2 greens. My daughter's making a snack. That sounds of it. And then I'm going to cut off all the white. And here I'm just going to do some jiggity jogs, zigzags for green grass. Sorry, not all in the video. Sometimes I forget I'm videotaping. There we go. I'm going to make it a little shorter. Clear that off. Last step, I'm going to take my glue and I'm just putting it on the bottom edge. I'm not doing the top. And I'm just using the bottom edge so that it can stick out a little bit. There we go. Oops, there we go. So some of the grass is sticking out. So just that bottom edge has the glue on it. And how cute is that? A little gratitude box, or a memory box, or a joyful box, where you open it up. You see, don't worry, be happy. Oh, this one got stuck by the looks of it. You open it up and there's your little envelope with papers. And every day you and your family write something that you're grateful for and put it in the box. And then when you're sad or bored or at the end of the week, you go back and take a look at what you were grateful for. Here's a picture of my daughter. She wanted you to see it. So this is the one she made. And whoop, one of your M's fell off, Gem. So she put, there it is. She had some stickies that made the word Gemma. She found some pictures on the internet. She glued a picture of the sun and some stickers on the inside, and Gemma did paint the inside, and there's the things that she's grateful for. So, gratitude boxes. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too easy, but I hope it wasn't too hard. I'd love to see them. Thanks for sticking with me today. See you later, alligators.